So this is a 2-in-1 layer shot I'm working on, and if you noticed, I placed the phone by the pocket side, and you can see that the pocket pattern is sticking to the iPhone that I placed by the pocket, and that is one of the issues some of us might be facing in CLO3D or Marvelous Designer. So I'm going to be explaining how you can fix situations like this. Just going to take like 5 minutes and you are done with fixing this problem. So let's go back to Blender, since I brought this iPhone from Blender. So this iPhone was designed on CG Trader. Okay, sorry, I downloaded it from CG Trader, or yeah, I downloaded it from Sketchfab if I'm right, not CG Trader, sorry. So what I notice is this now. You can see that there is a cube here. So if I select GZ, it moves backwards. So see this iPhone, and when I go to tab mode, you see that the mesh or the polygons are not looking so good, and that is one of the reasons why it looks so bad on CLO3D and Marvelous Designer. So this cube I just had to like create a cube and like reshape it to look like the iPhone. You get, it doesn't have to look exactly like the iPhone, but the body shape should look like the iPhone shape. And the reason why I have a character here in my scene was because I want to scale the iPhone, because you might download an iPhone or any stuff from CLO3D, sorry, from Sketchfab or CD Trader, and you want to scale it to look like the actual size in a real life setting. So I brought in the character to rescale it to make me get the actual scale size. I can scale the phone, but good for me, when I downloaded the iPhone was small. I downloaded one iPhone, the iPhone was too big, it was as large as the character. And if you download something like that and take it into Blender, it will be as big as the character also in Blender. Do you get? So you need to be able to scale it into a 3D size measurement, something small. You get? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But let's move to the other part. So now if you look at this see this now, this is the one I redesigned, the iPhone. So when I go to tab mode, you can see that the mesh is decent, the topology are looking good. So the mesh is decent, and something like this will not stick on CLO3D or Marvelous Designer. Compared to this iPhone that is here that looks, you can see it is weird. So you just need to make sure that it scales in. So when I press Ctrl Z, I'm coming. Let me show you something. I'm trying to undo. But anyhow, GY, see GY. So when I place it inside, you can see they're exactly the same size. So what we are going to do now is to take this cube mesh into CLO3D so that we can fit it in before placing our iPhone. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to export, and I'm going to select OBJ. And let me just go to document. Sorry, I said document, download, and let me just type in phone. Then only selection only. We only need that cube mesh, and I'm going to select export wavefront OBJ. So we are done with that. So I'm going to go back to Marvelous Designer. You see what I'm going to do first? I'm going to bring this phone out. This phone has to come out first. So because I exported this also as OBJ, you get. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select file, import. Sorry, import as OBJ. Do this and do this, and yeah, I'm going to select add. Yeah, leave it as avatar and select OK. Okay, then we should have something like this. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to make sure this phone fits this pocket. I'm going to just rotate, start with rotation. Come in, select, then rotate. I want to bring it closer to the pocket. So we're going to make sure it fits the pocket. Hey, Ctrl Z. I have a problem. The gizmo. Okay, I think I'll just use this. Let me just bring this out first, because you can see the mesh already started from here. So I'm going to select this, and you can also use this too, I think, to drag it up here a bit. Let me see if it works. It should come up now. If it doesn't work, oh sorry, I mean this. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Yes, and position it properly. Just position it. Yes, and come in and take it up. Yes, so let me see if it's not. You can see it's coming out of the same line, so we will need to like tilt it a bit slightly. Let me see. Yeah, I think something like this is better. And yeah, good. I think this is better. So another thing again is this: just make sure that this pattern, this pocket pattern, the particle distance is also 5. It might be sticky if a bit, just a little, if your particle distance is high, but if you leave it on 5 or probably 7, then you should have a result that is non-sticky. So when I simulate now, I think you should have a better result. So don't know why it's taking time. So you can see this is better. It doesn't stick. Can you see this? It doesn't stick. So when you've gotten a very good result like this, then you can now decide to delete this pocket pattern. Even when I was placing this, when I dragged this the top layer of the pant up, stop my simulation. Let me right click and let me see. If I right click and place it like this, you want to make it look realistic. You see there's a space there. So this is what I would do. I'm going to I'm supposed to even drag the top a bit, but let me just leave it like that. I'm going to unfreeze. Sorry, I don't know why I'm forgetting. Why am I using partial freeze? 1, 2. Where is unfreeze? Oh, sorry, my recording is covering all the time. So my recording panel is covering the options. So I'm going to unfreeze. Then when I simulate, the cloth will just relax on the can you see? It just relaxes. Fine. You have something like that. That's good. So what I'm just going to do now is to just delete that. You can delete this or you can just take it out. Delete it because you don't need it again. You just want to let it set properly. Yeah, so I make sure you reduce the particle distance. So I can decide to select this pocket so that when I press simulation, it doesn't do that sticky stuff. Oh yes, I can select this pocket. Yes, I can freeze it now. Where is freeze? Yeah, so I'll just bring this inside. Yes, and I'll bring it down a bit. So I'm going to bring it down a bit. Yes, so just bring it something decent. So okay. I think it was more closer to this side than this one. Yes. So we have something like this. Okay, sorry, I need to take it inside it. Okay, let me move it to the side a bit. So we're going to have something like this. Can you see? And I think the iPhone is still coming out small, so let me just move it inside a bit. Yeah, so we're going to have something like this. Can you see this? So that's just how you can fix situations like this when you want to render something creative. So I can do Shift A, everything. Shift A. I'll just delete this. I don't need it again since I've used it for what I want. Shift A, and you have something like Shift A. You can even delete the avatar. So and you can render whatever you want to render. But you can see this looks good. So that's just how you can fix sticky situation or sticky mesh on CLO3D or Marvelous Designer. So all you just need to do is to just remesh, just recreate something similar to that. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, just the shape, exactly the same shape, and then export it. Just make sure the mesh looks good. Sorry, you get, and bring it into Blender. CLO3D or Marvelous Designer. Yeah. So that's just it.